Hey, welcome. Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. You're home for just nuts and bolts guitar learning. And today we're doing a little bit of a workout on how music works. We're in a 4-part series of how music works. And today we're talking about keys and key signatures. So you're going to need your guitar here in a little bit. But first we're going to just do some thinking in our heads, which that is the most musical part of you. Folks thinks it's all about licks and all about this and that. A lot of the knowledge that you have in getting to be a better player comes down to what you know. And a nickel's worth of music theory can get yourself a lot of mileage. So that's what we're giving you, just the real practical stuff. If you're lost when folks start talking about keys and key signatures and major scales and triads and minor this and seventh that, if you're lost with that, then you've come to the right place. This is the second part of a 4-part series in this, and we're going to be practically working these concepts out. So last time we talked about major scales. Now, if you haven't already, please download the PDF that we have for this lesson and workout. The link is in the YouTube description down below, and it's got, we're getting more and more pages as we go along in this series, but we're going to be referring to that as we go along. So last time we looked at major scales, so let's just review those really quickly, okay? We talked about half steps and whole steps with major scales. Okay, how it's a pattern. You start on any note and you do a pattern of half steps and whole steps, and it gets you to a major scale. And that's fun, and you guys did all the worksheets with that. And we learned how to do major scales with that, and we sat and solved all those darn scales. So we got them all done. But what those derived was key signatures. In each scale, there emerges a pattern of flats and sharps. Certain scales end up with sharps, certain scales end up with flats. They don't mix, so it's either flats or sharps. And then the key of C doesn't have either. It's an empty key signature. So, but the number of sharps and flats that are derived from these major scales is called a key signature. And where that appears in music is right after the clef. You will see a couple of sharps or a couple of flats. That's telling you not just to sharp or flat those notes, it's telling you what key that this music is in. And so it's a very important little bit of information. So take a look at your handout, the PDF, and we're going to go jump right over to page 7. Jump right over to page 7. We're going to talk about keys and key signatures. Now, the most important thing I want you to know here is that in the key signature, as it appears in music, the sharps and flats come in a specific order. In fact, if you want to see it, we can flip the page here to maybe page 9. Look at page 9. Okay, there's just a list of how they would look actually in music, and you'll see that if we look at sharps, that the first sharp is always an F sharp, as written there. If it's one sharp, it's just going to be the F sharp. But if it's two sharps, as on page 9, number 1, 2 sharps, that's an F sharp and a C sharp. If it's 3 sharps, as in, let's see, number 9 on page 9, that says 3 sharps. It's an F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. So it builds on each other. That's what I want you to see. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. So the pattern for those sharps is, you ready? It's on the top of page 7, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. Now, if some folks have wonderfully come up with a little saying, a little phrase for that. Maybe you can type that into the chat. Your favorite phrase for sharps: fat cats go dancing, whatever. Okay, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. That is the order of sharps. Okay, so if you want to know the order of flats, it's got a different order. The order of flats, oh, okay, Diane has the order of sharps, a little thing for you to remember. It is called For Christmas, Give Diane an Expensive Bracelet. Wow, I've never heard that one before, Diane, our wonderful moderator, but that is it. For Christmas, Give Diane an Expensive Bracelet. Wow. I'll have to remember that one. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so for flats, it is B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and then C flat. So I'm sure somebody's going to put in here a great saying for the flats as well. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. That's the order of flats. So we basically just take them about six slots or so. Now you can go. Diane has one for flats here too. Let's see what it says. By eating Alpo, Diane grew cat fur. Wow, that's a strange one. By eating Alpo, Diane grew cat fur. We'll have to check that one. But that's everybody's. My wonderful producer is laughing at that. So that's the order of flats. So it comes in sharps and flats. So as you're filling these things out, you have to put them in the right order. That's important. Okay. All right. So take a look at page 7. Take a look at page 7. We'll just do a couple of these. Let's skip down to, let's say number 4. And it says, what key has 4 flats in its key signature? So those 4 flats would be B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. Okay, so what key has 4 flats in the key signature? Who can type it? B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat. How did you know that? Are you some sort of a musical genius? What's the deal with that? No, it's just plugging these sharps and flats into the scale. So you if you were writing it on a piece of paper, you just go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and then A, and then you plug in all the flats. A flat, plug in B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat, and you end up with an A flat scale. So there you go. So now we're not solving scales by whole steps and half steps anymore. Now we're solving them by the key signature. Okay? All right. Let's take a look at another one. In the key of, let's go to number 6. In the key of G, what notes are sharped or flatted in the key of G? So now I'm asking you the key, and you have to tell me what's in the key signature. So in the key of G, what do we have? Think it out. Think out what that scale is. G, A, B, C, D, E. Maria says F sharp, or F. It's on the F note. Yes, the F is what's sharped. Okay? G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Again, how we solve that? Just write out sequential letters starting on G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then you plug in the F sharp for that. Okay? 2 more. Let's skip down to number 9. Number 9. In the key of E flat, what notes are sharped or flatted? Okay, well, you already know it's flat, okay? So it's going to be some flats, okay? So in the key of E flat, what notes are sharped or flatted? In the key of E flat, what notes are sharped or flatted? It would be a B flat, okay? And Maria gets it in again with the fastest typing. B flat, E flat, and A flat in the right order. So B flat is always going to be first, E flat, and then A flat. B flat, E flat, A flat. So if I was spelling an E flat scale, it would be, if I write it out on a piece of paper, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and then put in the flats, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, or E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Okay? Very good. Let's say one more. Okay, number 11. Let's kick it up a notch. What key has 5 flats in the key signature? What key has 5 flats? So we just did 3 flats, but what key has 5 flats? Are you thinking? What key has 5 flats? Those 5 flats would be B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. Russell Martindale says D flat. That is right. The key of D flat has 5 flats. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat. Okay? So as you're solving these scales, solve them again. As you're walking throughout your day, spell these scales. Okay? you know, if I'm in the key of C, I would go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Spell it backwards, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Then I would go to the key of, let's say, G, and I'd spell it G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Spell it backwards, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. Knock it out, okay? 12 keys. Spell them up, spell them down to where you have no hesitation when you're solving these keys and key signatures. All right, so good job on you there. Hey, let's talk for a second about relative majors and relative minors on page 8. Okay, remember with each major key, there's its cousin, which shares the same key signature, that is built off of the 6th step of that scale. So if I'm on a C scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, C major and A minor share the same key signature. So, and therefore the licks in one can work in the licks in other. So if I'm in C, I can be playing all my C licks. Okay. If I'm in A minor, I can play the same lick. But it's over an A minor tonality. So you get 2 places that you can use the same information. So that's the key. Okay? You don't have to learn different licks for this and that. How about you just learn one way to use the same lick in 2 different places? That's what we're going for. Okay? That's what relative major and minor scales do. So let me show you how this works. Let me turn on my looper here. Okay, so if I'm in the key of, let's switch keys. Let's say if I'm in the key of D major. Okay, so I'm being D major. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I go to B minor. And back up to D major. Okay, so I can do my scale in D. Maybe G pen or pentatonic. Okay. There you go. So you can use the same licks, pentatonic scales, things like that between these 2 keys. I wrote them all out there for you on page 8. F major goes with D minor, D major goes with B minor, and so on. Okay? Take a look at page 9, determining a key from a key signature by just looking at any key, any piece of music. Here's some music I just happen to have within reach. I wonder if we could get some, I don't know whether we can get this close up or not. Maybe we can. Okay, this is a piece of music, Prelude by Bach, and it's got 1 flat in the key signature. 1 flat in the key signature. So what key am I in? What key am I in if it has 1 flat? Sorry, that's so tiny. Does that help? We'll see. Okay, so the key of F has 1 flat in it. What's the sister key of the key of F? What's the relative minor of the key of F? Okay, that would be, on our handy-dandy chart there, I go up to the 6th step of the F scale, and I end up with D minor. So this song that I happen to pull up right here is a Prelude by Bach, and it is in D minor. Okay? We had a question last night. Hey, Steve, what's the difference between D minor and F major? How do you know which one is which? Well, it has to do with how the chords end up with what chords are being emphasized. Hey, here's another one. This is so far away. I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to see this. It's got 4 sharps in it. It's got 4 sharps. What key has 4 sharps in it? Okay? What key has 4 sharps? That would be the key of E major. So this song is in E major. Now remember, there's a rule for this. There's a rule for this. Page 9, top of the page, it says, for keys with sharps, the key, if you're looking at key signature with sharps, the key is 1/2 step up from the last sharp in the key signature. So this one has 4 sharps on it, just like, let's say, if you're looking at page 9, number 2, okay, because I know this is too small for you to read. Page 9, number 2, if you look at that one, the last sharp, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, if I go 1/2 step up from the D sharp, that is the key signature for E. So if you don't already have it memorized that the key of E has 4 sharps, you can determine it by our little tricks here, okay? And that's it for sharps. Let's do another one. Here's another one. Bach, a little minuet by Bach in 1 sharp. What sharp? Okay, what key has 1 sharp in it? Okay. One of our folks, Thoth, is saying, last sharp is the major 7th, the leading tone of the key. Yes, that is very good, very astute. That's exactly right. Okay, so we are in the key of G when you have 1 sharp, and that sharp is an F sharp. What's the sister key in the key of G? What's its relative minor? Zhao is saying G major, E minor. Very good, Zhao. And this is a minuet in E minor. Very good. See how that works? How'd y'all know that? Are you musical geniuses? What's the deal? No? You just know a nickel's worth of theory. Okay? And that'll get you out of a lot of problems. Now, for sharps, if you look at a key signature with sharps, you go to the last sharp, you go a 1/2 step up. That tells you the key. For flats, you look at the flats, and it's the key is the next to last flat. I don't have any music with flats in it, I don't think, close by. No, my jazz stuff is over there. It's the jazz stuff that's in the flat keys. Okay? If it's in a flat key, you look at the next to last flat, and that would tell you what the key is. So if you wanted to look at page 9, let's see, maybe number 5. Okay? We have 4 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. What's the next to last one? That's the A flat. So we are in the key of A flat. We are in the key of A flat. Let's do a hard one. Number 12. Look at number 12. Okay? We've got 5 flats. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. Okay? The next to last flat in those is what? D flat. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. So we are in the key of D flat. Okay? All right. So there you go. We have refreshed your memory on all that stuff. Take a look at page 10. Page 10, I just wrote it all out for you. I just so you never have to think again. No, that's not right. You're supposed to think all the time. If you need to check yourself on a particular scale, you can look at the chart on page 10. It'll show you the key signature and show you what key and the major scale. If you want to check yourself on some of these questions along the way. But the idea is not that you can keep referring to page 10. The idea is that you know it. Know it, okay? So, all right, and then we have some flashcards in the last 2 pages. All right, that's enough of that. Let's look at the circle of fifths. We talked a little bit about this idea of the circle of fifths. These keys, 12 of them, like the 12, on a clock face, okay? These keys are all related to each other, and they're related to each other by an interval of a fifth. How this works, if we could put up that graphic, the key of C, if I go up to the 5th step of the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, okay, C, D, E, F, G, that's the 5th step, and then I build the scale on G. I end up with 1 sharp, and that's an F sharp, okay? So the 1 o'clock position would be the key of G. If I go to the 5th step of the key of G, G, A, B, C, D, then that ends up with the key that has 2 sharps, and so on and so on and so on. All the way round and round and round we go of the circle of fifths. We go through A, we go 5th step up from A is E, 5th step up from E is B, 5th step up from B is F sharp, which is the same as G flat. 5 steps up from the key of G flat is D flat. 5 steps up from D flat is A flat. 5 steps up from A flat is E flat. 5 steps up from E flat is B flat. 5 steps up is F. 5 steps up from F is C. Okay? 5 steps up from F is C. Sorry the graphic is so small there. It's just small type on that. While I'm mentioning that, there is a link in your YouTube description down below for a poster that I found on Amazon. It's huge, it's big, it's made for guitarists. It's got some other guitar-related things on there. If you're interested, that's the best resource that I saw for just a big visual of the circle of fifths. So if you're interested, check that one out. Okay, so getting back to our circle of fifths there. Okay, we're gonna do a little exercise. Grab your git fiddle, grab your guitar, your git box. All right. Now, I realize this graphic is small and it looks a little bit out of focus just because it's so small. But what we're going to do, we're going to do a little exercise, okay? So we're going to start off in the key of C, and we're going to do kind of an ear training exercise, and we're going to go through all of these keys. This is an exercise that my lovely wife thought up today, and we're going to use a simple 3-chord song, okay? You Are My Sunshine. Okay, so if we start out on a C, the chords would be C, F, and G. Okay, so you play that with me. It's going to be a C, F, and then a little bit later on it's going to be a G. This would be the 1 chord. The C would be the 1 chord. The F chord would be the 4, C, D, E, F. Chord built off the 4th step, that's the 4. Chord built off the 5th step, C, D, E, F, G. That's a G. Okay, so you just play that with me. We start off with a C. 1 and 2 and 3. You are my sunshine on a C. My only sunshine. Here comes the F and make me happy. When sky, back to C. It goes back to the 4. How much I see. Please don't. 1 to a 5 to a 5 G, back to the C. So that's the progression. It goes from 1, it goes to the 4 for a little bit, and back to 1, back to the 4 for a little bit, then back to 1, and it ends with a 5 going to 1. Got it? That's the progression. 1, 4, 5. Ready? Play it for me one more time. Then we're going to start switching keys until your head spins. 1, 2. We're in C. You are my C, sunshine, my only sunshine. F. There's the 4 chord. Back to the C. Da da da. Da da da. 4. Da 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 da. C. Da. To a C. To a G. To a C. Freeze. Okay, now I'm going to give you a D7, which is a 5 of the next key. We're going round the circle of fifths. Now we're in the key of G. All right? So we're in the key of G. So the 1 chord's a G. The 4 chord's a C. The 5 chord is a D. And now we're in the key of G. Ready? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Here comes a C. Why make me happy? When sky, back to G. Back to C, da, da, da. Back to G, da, da, da. Then G, D, G, da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Now I play an A7, which is the 5 of D that's coming. So we're going to the key of D. The 1 chord in the key of D is D. The 4 chord is a G. The 5 chord is an A. Right, so we're back to D. So now we're going to do it in D. Ready? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. 2 up to a G, the 4 chord. Then back to a 1. Then up to a 4. Then back to a 1. And a 1 to a 5 to a 1. Now we're going to go to the key of A. Ready? 1 chord is A, 4 chords D, 5 chords is E. Ready? A. You are my sunshine. Sorry. My sunshine, my only sunshine. A up to D, the 4 chord. when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, this is a little bit too high for me to sing. Da da dum, A to an E to an A. Freeze. We're in the key of A. How many sharps are in the key of A? Come on, think. How many sharps are in the key of A? F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, 3 sharps. Okay, spell me an F scale, or excuse me, an A scale. Ready? Here we go. Let's say it together. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Spell it backwards. A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Very good, very good. Now we're going to the key of E. E is going to be our 1 chord. A is going to be our 4 chord. 5 chord is going to be a B. You are my E, sunshine, E, hello, sunshine. You make me A, happy when skies are gray. You'll never back to A, how much I love you. Please don't take to a B7 my sunshine away. Freeze, you're in the key of E. How many sharps are in the key of E? Not 1, not 2, not 3, kids, but it's 4 sharps. What are those sharps in order? F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. Spell me an E scale. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. There you go. Hey, so now we're going to go to the key of B. Key of B. Okay, so the B chord's the 1 chord. E chord's the 4 chord. F sharp is the 5 chord. Remember the lesson we did on the Nashville numbering system? Do you see how this is all starting to kind of mesh together in the knowledge of this? Okay, so this is real stuff that we're doing. We're going to be in the key of B. We've got 5 sharps in the key of B. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. To the 4 chord, the E, the B. I can't sing that high. Back to B. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. B to F sharp. Please don't take my sunshine away. Good. Spell me a B scale. We're in the key of B. Spell me a B scale. Don't look at anything. Don't look at anything. Think it out. B. Now I need a whole step above a B. C sharp. Whole step above a C sharp. D sharp. Half step above a D sharp. And E. Whole step above an E. F sharp. Whole step. G sharp. Whole step. A sharp. B. Key of B has 5 sharps in it. Okay. What are the 5 sharps in the key of B? F sharp. C sharp. G sharp. D sharp. A sharp. Okay. That was what? B. Now we're going to go to the key of F sharp. Oh my goodness, this is painful. Painful. Okay, we are at 6 sharps, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on to your hats. Okay, put your tray tables up and lock your seatbelt. Here we go. We're in the key of F sharp. Okay, F sharp would be 1. What would be the 4 chord? B. What would be the 5 chord? C sharp. Back to F sharp. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy, B. When skies are great, I can't sing and play at the same time. Dum dum dum. How much I love you. F sharp, C sharp. Do I take my sunshine away? Okay, great. Now we're gonna play it in G flat. You ready? We're gonna play the same thing in G flat. G flat. What's the 4 chord in the key of G flat? G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat. Oh, it's terrible. And D flat. Steve, isn't that the same as F sharp? Yes, it is, but now we're in flats. You ready? G flat. 1, 2. You are my G flat, my only sunshine. Now we're gonna play a C flat. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum dum. Da 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 dum dum. Da da dum. All right, now we're going to go to the key of D flat. Hey, spell me the D flat scale. Ready? D flat scale. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, I'm running out of fingers, D flat, B flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat. How many flats do we have in the key of D flat? It's not 1, it's not 2, it's 3, it is 5. 5 flats in the key of D flat. You ready? Here we go. So the 1 chord's a D flat. What would be the 4 chord? G flat. What would be the 5 chord? A flat. So now we're playing D flat. 1, 2, 3. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are blue or gray. And I know, dear, how much I love you. Then a D flat to an A flat to a D flat. What if the skies really were gray? Maybe we should play it in minor. You are my sunshine, my... This would sound terrible in minor. We better stick to major. We want skies that are blue. All right, here we go. All right, so we go 5 steps up from a D flat. Okay, so we get to the key of A flat. That has 4 flats in it. Spell me an A flat scale. Wait! Backwards. A flat, G, F, E flat, D flat, C, B flat, A flat. Anybody can spell a scale ascending. It takes a true master to spell the scale backwards, okay? So in the key of A flat, we have how many flats? Not 1, not 2, not 3. We've got 4 flats. So do you see what we're doing? We're coming around the mountain here on the circle of fifths. All right, so where are we in? So we're in the key of A flat, okay? So the 1 chord would be A flat. What would be the 4 chord? D flat. What would be the 5 chord? E flat. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You'll make me happy when skies are blue. They'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. That's an A flat. Okay, we got 3 more. Hang on. Come on, we've been slowing them way too down. All right, so now we're going to go to the key of E flat. It has 3 flats. Spell the scale. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Spell it backwards. E flat, D, C, B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat. Steve, we're not really going to need to know scales that fast, are we? Of course. What do you think soloing is all about when they're doing these chord changes? There's a lot of chords you got to keep up with, and you need it instantaneously there. So what are we in the key of E flat? The 1 chord's at E flat, 4 chords at A flat, 5 chords at B flat. Oh my goodness, it's speeding up. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are blue. Gray will never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Something like that. I'll eventually get the words right. Okay, now we're going to go to the key of B flat. Ready? B flat. Spell me a B flat scale. B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. Spell it backwards. Come on, don't look, don't look. Think, think, think. B flat, A, G, F, E flat, D, C, B flat. It's too low. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Hey, are you still playing? Don't just watch me. You got to be playing. That's the whole deal. Okay? So now we're going to the key of F. Spell me an F scale. Ready? F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Good. Hey, what's the third step of the F scale? This is where we're going next week. It's called intervals, okay? The third step of the F scale. What's the third in F? Well, that would be an F, G, A. What's the fourth in the key of F? That would be a F, G, A, B flat. Major thirds, minor thirds, perfect, augmenteds. We're getting to all of that next week. It's a little teaser for next week. Play F with me. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. We're back to the key of C. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. All right, there you go. A little fun with You Are My Sunshine going around the circle of fifths. Well, Steve, didn't we leave out a key? Nope, we caught every one of them. Caught every stinking one of them. All right. I know I'm hammering scales and hammering keys and key signatures with you. Where we're going, you're going to need to know that. Not kind of know it. Know it. So spend this next few days before we get to intervals next week where you know rock solid what key has what sharp or flat in it. If you need help, look at page 11, 12, and 13 of the PDF. There's some little flashcards there. Come on. We got to learn this. You got to learn this so that you can be able to know, look at a chord and say, hey, I know what notes are in an F minor. That's an F, A flat, and a C. Okay, that's where we're going. Where you look at a chord and you instantly know what chord, what notes work in that. That's where we're going. So, all right, keep up the great work. Don't get discouraged. Go through this workout again if you need to. Go through that last little part with me. Slow it down if you need to, and to where you can get it. The main idea is that you get it. Hey, there's a great resource that we put down there. I can't reach it. It's too far away. It's the Edley's Music Theory book. That's the best theory book for practical, real-world music theory that I have found. So take advantage of that if you're interested in that. If you're interested in the Circle of Fifths poster, that link is down there too. Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. Honored that you would spend here a few minutes with me and help us learn to make music and get that music that's inside of you out. We'll see you next time.